Mic check, folks. We're ready to go. Good evening, or good morning. Yeah, good evening, everybody, at 10:30 a.m. Okay, folks, it's your old pal Kent. I'm here, and we've got some hockey. Beavers against the Clay Eagles. As this is the second round of the Post-Ohio District Tournament. And just getting underway, the Clay Eagles, as you can see, they're in the gold uniforms. The Beavers in their home white sweaters with black trunks. Here are the Clay Eagles. Here is Riley Hansen. Moves the puck up right wing to Martin. Hand off to Huff. It's off of his stick. Is it okay then? Okay. Loose puck over in the Eagle zone. Held in at the blue line by Elsner. And a shot in on net. And I'll have to... Probably it won't be till next period till I see who the goaltender is for Clay. I won't see his uniform number until he comes back this way. The Clay Eagles are coached by Ed LeMay, assistant coach Todd Minnick. The Beavers, of course, coached by Greg Gutterman, assistant coaches Cam Quick, Brad Lloyd, Eric Baskin. No score. We're a minute and a half into period number one. Of course, later on this afternoon at 5:45 Eastern, the Beavers will be in the third round of this Ohio State District Tournament to play the... Here's a shot. Champagne the save. Ian Champagne in net for the Beavers tonight. Or this afternoon, or this morning. Oh, I had coffee on the way up here too. Oh. Shot blocked on defense by the Beavers. Now for the Clay Eagles, there is Drew Schroeder. Schroeder checked. A loose puck now. It's chipped over to this right wing side of the Beaver zone. It comes in on net. It's covered by Champagne. He'll hold it for a face-off. Appreciate everybody joining us on this Saturday morning. We're 2.5 minutes into the first period. No score. The Beavers against the Clay Eagles. And there's a whistle, and that's a hooking penalty coming up. First penalty of the contest, and it's going to be assessed to an Eagle player. Looks like it is none other than Dakota Martin. He's in for 2 minutes for hooking. The Beavers on a power play chance. Elsner for the Beavers drops the puck off in the corner. Now back to Cox. Carson Cox to Hansen. Hansen over to Elsner. Now rims it around to this right wing side. Has the puck stolen away. Carried back in the Beaver zone for the Eagles by Brady Cook. He's checked. They fight for the puck on the left wing boards. There's a shot in on the Beaver net. Save Champagne. He'll hand it off to Cox. Pass for Martin is broken up and cleared back behind the Beaver cage. 1:10 left in the Beaver power play. We're scoreless. Carson Cox starts out. Head manning Hanson on the right wing. Over the Eagle line. Hanson fires. And it's blocked. There's another shot. Here's Hanson trying to stick handle. He lost the puck behind him, and it's cleared away. 45 seconds left in the man advantage for Beaver Creek. Cox, he's being tailed by the Eagles' Drew Schroeder. Beavers give the puck away. Here's a shorthand chance, but Hanson wrestles Schroeder down to the ice. And there's a whistle. There's just a half a minute left in the Beaver power play. Not a real crisp power play to start out with for the Beavers. Owen Huff wins the face-off to Cox. His pass strays up to Chase Newroth at center. He's spun around. Puck comes free to the Eagles, and there is Brady Cook. Puck dumped behind the Beaver net. J.J. Lehman, pass ahead, stolen and shot on the Beaver net, and Champagne the save. Just 6 seconds left in the power play. Again, kind of an anemic power play to start out with. They have not been able to sustain much playmaking in the attacking zone on this man advantage. Now Ian Champagne getting an equipment adjustment by Carson Cox. Now we're ready to go. Elsner takes the draw, kicks it back to Lehman. J.J. Lehman starting out on left wing. Pass at center off the stick of Elsner. And that'll wrap up the power play as the puck is cleared back in the Beaver zone. Team's back at full strength. Here's a pass stolen away by the Eagles. Trying to center the puck was Grady Minnick, but his pass was deflected away. There's a blast, save, rebound, and Champagne is able to cover it with Drew Schroeder trying to prod at the loose puck. 10 minutes even left in the opening period. We're scoreless. I'll get to chats here in a while, folks. Owen Huff wins the draw back to Hanson. Hanson bangs the puck around to the right wing side. Puck stolen by Schroeder, but it's chipped away by Donahue for Owen Huff into the Eagle zone. Huff, a shot as he's checked down to the ice. Shot goes wide. Now here is Hanson, his wrist shot, and the save made. Here's a shot in front by Martin, and that's turned aside. Eagles back the other way. Shot is from a bad angle by Ethan Van Herset. Is wide of the mark. Puck comes to center. The Eagles have to retreat back. Again, the Eagles in the gold uniforms with black trunks. We'll have more about them in the intermission. Here comes Riley Hanson. Shot, pad, save. As Hanson took the puck all the way down to the Eagle end of the rink. Now back they come. Here's Van Herset trying to work in for a shot, and he scores! What a shot by Ethan Van Herset. As he cuts over to the left wing side, and he lets loose a wrist shot. Again, from a bad angle, almost horizontal to the net, but it whistles over the shoulder of Champagne and into this top left corner of the net, and the Eagles take a 1-0 lead. Who? Oh, Cowell. Okay, thanks. So we'll get, if there are any assists on that goal coming up. So Ethan Van Hersett. Van Hersett, 2 words, Van and then Hersett. The other way, here's a centering pass in front, and it gets broken up, and back come the Eagles, leading 1-0. Trying to stick handle through was Drew Schroeder. He lost it. Puck picked up by Donahue, but there's a whistle, and we have a hooking minor coming up. And we'll see who the responsible party is. Oh, Chase Newroth. So Beaver Chase Newroth is in the box for a couple minutes. From the face-off in the Beaver Creek zone. Puck stripped away by Donahue. He was trying to break out with it. And as he lost it, the Eagle player tipped it back over the blue line offside, and we'll have a face-off. We're almost at the midway mark of this first period, 7:40 to go. The Eagles in the gold sweaters lead at 1-0. And they're on a power play. There's a shot, and it's off the mitt of Champagne. It bounced precariously in front of the net with Brady Cook looking to try to pop it in the net, but unable to. Here's another blast, and Champagne got a blocker pad on that one. Puck rimmed around to the blue line. It's held in there. Here's a pass for Cook that hops over his stick. Loose puck Martin. Dakota Martin checked, and the puck is cleared away over the stick of Xander Kert. Kert, K-E-R-T, he's back to get it. A minute left in the power play. 6:45 left in the period. Here's Van Hersett back over the Beaver line. Van Hersett trying to cut in. Centers for a tip, but it's off the stick of Dakota Martin, wide of the mark. Loose puck right in front of the Beaver net, picked up by Elsner. Here comes the A-train the other way. He's being checked off the puck by Xander Kert. And he's pulled down, and the Eagle player goes down as well. And is there going to be a penalty on this play? So Elsner, as he and I think it was Xander Kert hit the ice, and they're going to put the A-train in the box. So that's a holding minor. So as Elsner and I believe it was Kert got tangled up and they hit the ice, they call Elsner on the holding minor. And so the Eagles leading at 1-0. They have a 2-man power play for 28 seconds. From the draw, it's tipped over to Donahue. Donahue bangs it off the left wing wall, not out, it's held in. Puck flipped in front of the net, it's loose, picked up by Donahue, or by Cox to Donahue, and Donahue will clear the puck all the way the length of the rink. The netminder for Lake, or rather for Clay, is Cowell, Braden Cowell. Now one of the penalties killed off. Here's a centering pass for Donahue. It's off of his stick. A minute 25 left in the one-man power play for the Eagles. Huff a shot at the other end. There's another shot, a save made by Cowell. It's off his mitt. The Eagles have a power play for another minute, 10 seconds. Cox will clear it away. Good penalty killing by the Beavers. 1 minute left in the one-man advantage for Clay. They were unable to do anything with the two-man advantage. They had 28 seconds of.
Clay goal was 93 from 18.
Okay, so the Clay goal was Van Hersett, assisted by Cook. Puck cleared back behind the Beaver net. Just a half a minute left in the Clay power play, and the puck is cleared all the way down the ice. Good penalty killing by the Beavers. Here's Cox, and the Secretary of Defense will clear the puck behind, all the way down behind the Eagle net. 10 seconds left in the Clay power play. Now Huff will break up that rush by the Eagles. Now loose puck picked up by a Cox. It strays loose to the opposite corner in the Beaver zone. Penalties have been killed off. Here's a pass back to the point, and it's broken up by Joe Martin. Kurt trying to hold the puck in for Clay, has it stripped away by Hansen. Here comes the Cobra the other way on the left wing, trying to fight off a check. He turns, drops it off for Martin. He's ridden into the boards at the other end in the corner. 3:40 to go in the period. Clay in the yellow or gold sweaters, they lead at 1-0. Here come the Eagles back the other way. Long shot from the blue line is wide of the Beaver goal. Teams at full strength now with 3:15 to go in period one. Schroeder pass ahead broken up. Stolen by Cox. Up ahead for Elsner, but it's past him and down the ice for an icing violation on Beaver Creek. Again, we'll catch up to our chats and everything in the intermission. There are 3 minutes even left in the first period. Owen Huff, the face-off master. And as soon as I say that, he loses the face-off. He finally lost one, and there was a shot from the draw in and out of the mitt of Champagne. Now another shot right on, again in and out of the mitt of Champagne. That shot by Braden Snyder. So Ian had to make a couple of saves on this end, but both of them popped in and out of his mitt. 2.5 to go in the period now. Puck dumped in behind the Beaver net. Champagne will set it up for Cox. Cox's pass is broken up. Now Cox is able to chip the puck ahead, trying to chase it down. He's beaten to it by one of the Eagles. 2 minutes of play, first period. This is Xander Kurt. Xander Kurt will dump it in the Beaver zone over the line. J.J. Lehman trying to steal the puck. Now it's picked up by a Clay player, and that is Brady Cook, and his shot is on net, and it's smothered by Ian Champagne. It's Braden Cowell, Cowell, at the other end of the rink in the crease for the Eagles. Face off in the Beaver zone. Shot from the point, blocked by Lehman. Puck stripped away by Elsner. Here comes the A-train the other way. Elsner trying to work through the defense, and he tips it wide to the Eagle goal. 1.5 minutes to play in the period. Elsner has it taken off of his stick. Back come the Eagles 2-on-2 the other way. Puck stripped away nicely by Hansen. Here comes Riley Hansen, but the rig was over the blue line, just a tick ahead of the Cobra, and that's offside at the Eagle blue line. It's been Ethan Van Herset, assisted by Brady Cook, and that's the only scoring we've had in this period. Loose puck in the Eagle zone. They're trying to clear their zone. Hansen steals the pass, moves back in, shoots, and save made by Cowell, and he'll hold on to it with 50 seconds to go in the period. And we'll move the face-off all the way back in the Beaver zone in the left wing circle. Elsner will take the face-off for Beaver Creek. I can't see the number. It's Van Herset. Elsner wins the draw. Pass up to Donahue. He catches up. Here's the rig. A shot! And Cowell's got it. Cowell's got it. I can't see way down at the other end of the rink. I can't sometimes see what's going on. That shot looked good, but Cowell caught it. Looked like shoulder high. From the face-off, Xander Kurt with half a minute to go in the period. His pass rink wide. Here comes Dakota Martin. He's ridden into the boards there by Cox, and we've got a cross-check minor coming up against Mr. Secretary. So cross-check on Carson Cox. And again, it's Cox in the box. We had that last night. So the Eagles on a power play. Here comes Riley Hansen trying to get around a check. He gets past Kurt, moving in. The Cobra, he scores! Riley Hansen, the Cobra strikes again. A shorthanded goal. And the Beavers tie it up at 1 apiece. I am going to miss watching him work. You know, I mean, just how he flies down the ice, he gets through the defense, and he just really something. I hope he plays at club in college or something. Period comes to an end, and after one, it's 1 apiece, the Eagles and the Beavers. We'll see if there were any assists on the Hansen goal. I think it was unassisted. Let me try to get myself together. What day is this anyhow? Saturday? What year is this? Oh, mercy sakes alive. Okay, let me try to get my little phone going so I can see if anybody's talking. Oh, I was gonna look up Clay real quick. Get anything we can on them. They are in Oregon, Ohio. Clay High School. Now the next question is, where is Oregon, Ohio? That's the next question. And it's Palestine. And that's one of, there are so many city and town names in Ohio that are mispronounced.
Like Versailles.
Versailles. Russia is Rushi. Bellefontaine is Bellefountain. They use the the English pronunciation of that French word, fontaine, which is beautiful fountain. And there are more mispronounced names.
So again, New Orleans is like that too.
Are they?
You know, they've got a Royale Street, but then a Charters and a Carondelet instead of a Carondelet.
Oh, yeah?
That's the grandmother of them.
Okay. So Oregon is just east of Toledo. So that's where they are situated. Let me try to hold on, folks. Hold on. I'm trying to get to my thing so I can see if anybody's talking. They've dropped the puck, and we're underway for the second period. The Eagles are on a power play with Carson Cox in the penalty box. Okay, folks. Okay. Let me turn this volume down so there's not feedback here. Hold on, everybody. Well, why won't what is this doing? Trying to get the volume. There we go. Okay. So there's a shot at the other end, and Champaign makes the stop. Can we catch up on the chats? Opa Elsner says, good luck, Beavers. Hope Zarang says, good morning from Louisiana. Sir Lancelot said, good morning. Cherie did too. Bethany Manley says, go Creek. Josh Champagne, hey Josh, what's going on? Go Beavers. Go Ian. Opa says, congrats to the Cobra. Okay, we're caught up on our chats, everybody. 54 seconds left in the Eagle power play. So now we've learned they are from Oregon, Ohio, and that's pretty much due east of Toledo. Here's a face-off at center. It's carried back into the Eagle zone by Van Herset. He's a fast guy. He gets rammed into the boards by Diesel Donahue. That didn't feel good. Now Van Herset and Hansen fight for the puck. Here's a shot. Backhander in front. Champagne the save, and he'll smother the puck. 26 seconds left in the Clay power play. Unofficial shots so far. What is that, 12-8? Unofficially? Okay. Here's Xander Kurt. His shot is caught by Champagne. Big number 88 right beneath us is Braden Cowell in the crease for Clay. Face-off way at the other end in the Beaver zone. Wind up a blast by Sean Beavers. He partially fanned on it. It's wide. Here's another shot wide of the Beaver goal. Penalty killed off. The teams are at full strength. Here comes Hansen. He's pinned to the boards by Xander Kurt. 4 players fight for it. Martin trying to wrestle around and dug out by the Eagles' Grady Minnick, and he clears the puck, and it's dumped right back in. Now is Sean Beavers, number 25. He clears the puck all the way down. Back to get it is J.J. Lehman for the Beavers. We're all knotted up at 1 apiece. Round 2 of the post-Ohio district, although the Beavers are not post yet. They are playing this afternoon. Here's a wind-up, a blast, and a save made. That shot by Hansen. Instead of the wrist shot, this time the Cobra winds up and hammers a slap shot right in on Braden Cowell, and Cowell makes the stop and covers the rebound. Elsner against Van Herset. From the face-off, pass intercepted by Braylon Snyder for the Eagles. He carries into the Beaver zone. He's checked, wrestled around by Hansen. Puck wrapped around to the left wing side. Beavers come out with it the other way. Here is Elsner moving in. Shoots. He scores! There is the A-Train. Oh, what nice stick work. Like a magician, he dekes Cowell right in front of the net and then slides it right between the wickets and into the net. That's goal number 63 of the season for Alex Elsner, and the Beavers take their first lead of the game now at 2-1. Got a message from Carla Moore. Go Creek. Shout out to Alex the A-Train. He just scored, so that shout out is a good one, Carla. Sharon Donahue watching from Gulf Breeze, Florida. Go Creek. So the Beavers take their first lead of the game with just under 12 minutes left in the period. Didn't Clay, did they beat Kilbourne last night?
Got Cox in the box. I thought it did look real quick, but Carson Cox for cross-check.
Another one?
Yep.
So it is Cox in the box, part 2. He's going to have to get some tips from Marty Martin on how to decorate the penalty box.
Clay played St. Francis de Sales, and they won 5-3.
Okay.
Alter played Worthington, and they lost 6-2.
Oh, that's today?
No, last night.
Oh, last night. No, Kilbourne, we were watching Kilbourne play somebody, but it was it Alter?
Alter.
Okay, I thought it was these guys. Okay. So Clay played DeSales yesterday,
Yes.
and they won? Okay. So Carson Cox,
Okay, now we've got 12.
now there's a penalty on Clay. It's Mitch Taylor. Mitch Taylor. What was it, Sir Lancelot? Tripping? Okay. So we're 4-on-4 for a minute 46 seconds. Van Herset in the corner. Trying to get it out. Held in by Hansen to Elsner. Return pass to Hansen, but he didn't move where Elsner thought he was going to, and it carries all the way down the ice. Champagne will set it up for Lehman. It's stolen away. There's a centering pass, but that's intercepted. Dangerous giveaway in their own zone by the Beavers. They're lucky the Eagles didn't capitalize on that.
The last goal was 15 from 22.
So there was an assist on the goal by Elsner, and it's Donahue. Here's a pass to Donahue, speaking of the rig. We're 4-on-4 for another 45 seconds. And the Beavers will have a very brief power play. Here's Diesel Donahue. Moving in, pulls the trigger, and he hammers it high and wide. Here is Hansen trying to stick handle through. He tried to hand it off to Elsner, but it's stripped away by Grady Minnick. Here comes Minnick moving in, a shot. Champagne the save. Puck still loose from the rebound. Eagles hold it in. Shot by Xander Kurt and the save by Champagne. And then another shot goes over the boards and we'll have a face-off. Just 6 seconds left in the Cox penalty, and then there will be a brief 7-second power play for the Beavers from the penalty to Mitch Taylor. 9:55 to play in period number 2. Elsner goes down. The puck is flipped to neutral ice. Trying to pick it up for the Eagles was Mitch Lonis. Now wrestling around is Huff fighting with Xander Kurt. They wrestle around each other, and now there's a scuffle going on in the corner, and one of the Eagles' helmets pops off. That's Xander Kurt, as he and Owen Huff were going at it. Huff is... And there goes Marty Martin. There goes Marty, and now Owen Huff, he's talking with Mitch Lonis of the Eagles. I thought Owen Huff was involved in that brawl too, but it doesn't look like he's going anywhere, and at least not at the moment. Did they signal Marty's penalty?
I haven't seen it. I think there's still discussion.
Okay. It deteriorated into a kind of a mini brawl in this corner.
It was a delayed penalty anyway.
Yeah. Well, the initial shoving was between Huff and Lonis.
But before that, we had a delayed penalty.
Oh, was there?
Ian was already off.
Okay. So Marty had the delayed penalty, maybe.
No, because it was on Clay. 'Cause Ian
Oh, it was.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Marty got the penalty for going in the brawl. Okay.
Because that penalty, the delayed penalty was on Clay. 'Cause
Oh, okay. So there's the Clay penalty, and that's on Xander Kurt. But see, Kurt was down here too. He and Huff were going at it. And it was Kurt whose helmet got stripped off.
Yes.
But he's in the box. But I think he and Owen Huff were initially the combatants.
Maybe Joe had a hand in
Yeah, maybe Joe came in and did he just come in and
I think he was standing up for Owen. Yeah.
He certainly was ours.
Marty Martin is not going to let a good brawl go unattended.
He cares about we had a
Bethany Manley says, "Free Marty." Yeah, Carson is.
Looks like they're just offsetting penalties.
Okay, so there's offsetting penalties, but we don't have this. We didn't get any signaling.
My guess is it's roughing and roughing.
Okay. So right now, Owen Huff is going to the bench. I guess he will not be penalized on that little brawl. It is 5-on-5. There's a shot! They score! Right from the face-off! How about that? The big rig puts down the hammer! Right from the face-off. He slashes one into the Eagle net, and the Beavers lead it 3-1. How about that? Right from the face-off. Yeah, 9.5 to go in the period now, and the Beavers up by 2. Puck rimmed around. It's off a stick. It's there as a penalty coming up on Clay once again, as it was Mike Lonis.
So the last penalty, Ken, 2 double minors for each team. Number 6 for Clay, interference and roughing. 17 for Creek, 4 minutes roughing.
So
So now we've got 17.
now here is Mitch Lonis. So the Beavers had Joe Martin for 4 minutes for roughing, and it was number 6 for interference and roughing. Okay.
So each of them had 2 double minors.
So both of those guys had 2 double minors, Joe Martin and Xander Kurt. Xander spelled Xander.
The last goal was 22 from 15.
So the last goal was the big rig, Joey Donahue, from Alex Elsner.
The penalty was 17 for interference.
Okay, and the young man in the box for Clay, Mike Lonis, Lones. 2 minutes. Here is Hansen. If he would have successfully crossed over to his backhand, he had a goal. He had Cowell deked out to the left post badly, and the right side of the net was wide open. But the puck came off of Hansen's stick as he tried to cross over to his backhand. Owen Huff, or check that, Elsner lost the puck to Minnick. Grady Minnick, he's got some foot speed. He loses the puck. Here is Donahue over the Eagle line. His pass broken up. They chase the puck down in the corner. Minnick tries to clear. It's held in by Hansen. Gets around a check. Now he's checked by Van Herset. Van Herset and Hansen fighting for the puck along the wall. Hansen trying to dig it out. Fights off a couple of Eagles. Moves in. Shoots. Save. Rebound kicked out. There's another shot, and Cowell is able to pluck it out of the air with Elsner waiting at the doorstep. Braden Cowell able to catch that puck, and it dropped in front of him. Elsner was waiting to try to jam it in. 20 seconds left in the Eagle minor penalty to Mike Lonis. Pass to Chase Newroth. His shot blocked in front. And as Isaac Graham tried to get at it, he was taken down by Snyder of Clay, and Snyder clears the puck away. That's Braylon Snyder, Braylon, not Braden, but Braylon. Here's a blast by Van Herset, and it comes in on Champagne, and Ian will hold on to it. And now they're going to switch goalies, as they were going to split the game up, since the Beavers have the late afternoon game coming up. So we're just a little bit past the midway point of the game, and Chad DeYoung now in the net. Obviously, at this point, Ian Champagne, the goalie of record, all he can do is win it. There's no such thing as a save for goalies in hockey. They should do that. They should have a save, like in baseball, like a relief pitcher. There's a shot, and I think it was wide. Hard to see down yonder. That little teeny-weeny puck. Looks like a little dot from this vantage point. Here comes Elsner. Shot, and it's caught by Cowell. As he has to reach far to his left and make the catch on that whistling wrist shot. Grady Minnick will take the face-off against Owen Huff. Minnick wins the draw. Huff steals the puck, however, but then he's ridden into the boards by Jake Tiggemeyer. Puck cleared all the way into the Beaver zone. Back to get it, J.J. Lehman. Lehman, he's banged down to the ice by one of the Eagles. Loose puck, Huff to Graham off of his stick. 5:45 to go in the second. Beavers in the white sweaters, black trunks. They lead at 3-1. J.J. Lehman, pass for Austin Drawn, picked off by Minnick. Minnick, rink-wide pass to nobody. And it bangs off the right side wall back to center. And then Jake Tiggemeyer. Here's Austin Drawn. He's bumped down to the ice by Mike Lonis. Here comes Van Herset, a shot, and DeYoung the save. Chad goes down, hits the ice with the big pads. It's been Hanson, Elsner, Donahue for Beaver Creek, Van Herset for Clay. Danae Johnson says, "Go Beavers" from Snohomish, Washington. Papa and Nana for number 30, Chad DeYoung. He's in the game now, Danae. He'll finish this one off. Here is Elsner. A pass the back door to DeYoung, and they deflected away, and it looked like it was going to be in. Great pass from Elsner to Chase Newroth, and he got the good tip on it on the backdoor feed, but the Eagles get a stick on it and block that shot. It looked like it was in. Great setup by Elsner and a great tip by Chaser. But a good play by the Eagles to keep it out of the net. Loose puck picked up for a shot and by Newroth, and that's blocked. Now Van Herset clears the puck away. Back to get it is Riley Hansen. Hansen, pass ahead. Broken up. Here's Elsner trying to work in front. The puck flew off of his stick. Now we've got a whistle. And there's going to be an elbowing minor penalty on Dakota Martin of the Clay Eagles. Got a message from Aurora. Says, "Go Creek." Thanks, Aurora. Nice to hear from you today. Face off in the Eagle zone. Pass for Donahue, broken up by Tiggemeyer, and I'm mispronouncing that. Here's a shot in front. It's blocked. Elsner still has it. Wrap around chance is blocked. Hansen trying to steal the puck. He's ridden into the boards by Drew Schroeder. Hansen gets it back. One-timer by Elsner off the side of the cage. Right off the base of the net. Now back in for the Beavers. Elsner. Shot, save, rebound, save as Donahue got a shot. Elsner trying to work the puck around, but we've got another penalty. It's going to be a slashing minor. And that's going to be on Marty for a slash. So we heard from Bethany Manley earlier saying free Marty. We can say that again. I haven't seen very many slashing penalties. Yeah. There's a wind up and a blast. And I think that DeYoung got a piece of that one. Another shot by Kurt, and that's caught by DeYoung. A minute left in the clay penalty to Dakota Martin. A minute 45 left in the Beaver penalty to Joe Martin. No relation, I don't believe. Hansen tried to get around Xander Kurt, but Kurt stood him up. And the puck is cleared away down the ice, and that'll be an icing violation on the Eagles. Again, we will be back with you at 5:45 Eastern this afternoon. The Beavers against the Olentangy Liberty Patriots, the second-ranked team in the state. A team that obliterated the Troy Trojans in 2 periods, 17-0 last weekend. Shot, and that's fired wide by Carson Cox. Puck ricochets all the way down the ice. And Elsner lost his edge and hit the ice as he tried to clear it out. It's picked up by Hansen. Hansen over to Elsner. Over the Eagle line. Shot, and that's speared by Braden Cowell. Now 17 seconds left in the clay penalty. 1:07 left in the Beaver penalty. Elsner against Grady Minnick. Minnick wins the faceoff back to Xander Kurt. Kurt's pass, and his teammate wipes out and hits the ice. Back is Tiggemeyer. Mispronounced that. It's Tiggemeyer. Just Tiggemeyer. We'll call him Tiggemeyer.
Until somebody tells us to.
I could just call him JT. Jake Tiggemeyer. It's Ethan Van Herset taking the face off against Elsner. Van Herset wins it. His pass intercepted by Cox. It's tipped in. Van Herset gets it back from Tiggemeyer. Tiggemeyer's pass is broken up. Now here comes Minnick for the Eagles. Centering pass, a shot, and the save made by Chad DeYoung. Down to 1:45 to go in the period. They'll resurface the ice after the second. Beavers lead it 3-1. Looking to try that. And the Beavers were slated to play Columbus St. Francis de Sales in this tournament later this afternoon, but because the Beavers, here comes a breakout the other way by Huff. He tries to center, but nobody there for the Beavers. They were slated to play Columbus St. Francis de Sales this afternoon, but because they have to go up to Columbus for the state tournament, the pod tournament has agreed to allow the Beavers' win over DeSales from last weekend in the state tournament to count in this tournament. So the Beavers' 5-3 win over St. Francis last weekend is counting for this tournament. So the Beavers already have one win today. And certainly if they win this game, I'm sure they'll probably move into the championship game tomorrow afternoon. 49 seconds left in the period. Got a message from Winona Champagne, says free Marty. Poor Marty. What's that?
Marty can help keep himself free.
There's a shot at the other end. DeYoung the save. 44 seconds left in period 2. Grady Minnick will take the face-off. He wins it back to Kurt. Kurt trying to get around Newroth. Puck comes off his stick. Eagles still have it, and there's a pass over for Tiggemeyer. He'll dump it in. 20 seconds left in the period. This is the time where you do not want to give up a late period goal. 9 seconds left. Puck cleared up to the line, and with a couple of seconds left, Elsner checked from behind by Xander Kurt. Kurt wanted a penalty. Kurt is saying, hey, what's going on, man? As his stick got knocked all the way to the... But no call.
So Ian's godson is Ethan, and you keep saying the name Ethan, and he's watching in Louisiana, and he asked his mom, Mimi, the one who...
Oh, Mimi Fortier.
Fortier.
Okay.
His son is named Ethan, and
Yeah.
that's Ian's godson.
Oh.
And he keeps asking if you're talking about him. He's 2.
Oh.
He's like, is he talking about me?
Okay. All right, folks. Let me see about this Clay team. I'm going to... see if we can find out anything on them. They will resurface the ice. So let me try to get back and see. We're going to try to find out some information on these Eagles. We already found out where they're located, up in around Toledo. Let's see. Now I want to go to My Hockey and see if they're in here. Okay, folks. Okay, let's try to find out these Clay Eagles. They're ranked 49th. Their record, at least the last time that My Hockey rankings were updated, their record was 14-15-1. And they were updated on the 22nd, so just a day or two ago. So they're ranked 49th. And they are independent. They are not in a conference. So they are an independent team. So they were ranked 49th. Alter 50th. The Beavers were 33rd, but the Beavers' record is not updated. They've got the Beavers at 19-1-2, and the Beavers are, 26-2-2 now?
Yes.
So the Beavers probably are a little bit higher than what was updated. Let me track with some stuff going here, folks. Yeah, 26-2-2. No, the Beavers are actually 27-2-2 now. After last night. Let's catch up on the goals. So the scoring summary right now after 2 periods. First period it was Riley Hansen, shorthanded. And for Riley that's 37. Alex Elsner scored number 63 in the second period. And Joey Donahue got number 35. While for the Clay Eagles, it was Ethan Van Herset and assisted by Brady Cook. The Beaver goals, Hansen's goal was unassisted. Elsner's goal assisted by Donahue. Donahue's goal assisted by Elsner.
Okay, so Kent,
Mhm.
we're going to have 2 penalties to start the third period.
2 penalties to start the third period.
Yes. Number 15 for Beaver Creek for unsportsmanlike conduct.
The A train.
Yep. And number 6 from Clay for hooking.
Okay. So unsportsmanlike by Alex. He had Alex. He had that big 10-minute misconduct last game back last week.
Yeah.
Remember, he had the major penalty plus the 10-minute. He missed 15 minutes. He missed a whole period. And now this is this a major or is it a 2-minute? The unsportsmanlike. Is it just 2 minutes?
But I think it's just 2 minutes.
Okay. So Elsner will be in the box for 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. Xander Kurt for Clay will be in 2 minutes for hooking. Danae Johnson says, where in the rankings are we? 33rd, Danae, last. But caveat to that, the Beavers' record in the My Hockey rankings is not updated. Last time, and Coach Gutterman told me last weekend that he had not reported all the games. He told me that.
He had not?
He said he hadn't or they hadn't.
They were not updating it. And I don't know.
Yeah. I thought he told me that the Beavers had not reported some of the games. But I don't know. But it has them at 19-1-2, and obviously the Beavers right now are 27-2-2. So that ranking could improve from 33rd. It could go up a little bit. Danae says championship game possibility that places the 2 teams in the first and second tomorrow. So this is the game 3rd and 4th or 5th place. In the state, I don't know how the state brackets work. The Beavers,
Columbus division, and they've got,
they're in the Columbus division.
yeah, it's like they've got the different areas of the state, and they do their own things, and then I think they all come together.
Well, I'll tell you what, Danae, the Beavers have a monumental task on their hands this afternoon against the Olentangy Liberty team. They're going to be a team unlike the Beavers have faced all season. But no team is unbeatable. It's going to be a game, and the Beavers still have to put this game away first. But just thinking a little bit ahead to this afternoon, the Patriots of Olentangy Liberty are going to be it's going to be almost like facing a college team, to tell you the truth. They're going to be we saw them score at will last weekend against Troy. Granted, the Beavers handled the Trojans twice this season pretty handily. I think 6-0 and 10-2. But the Patriots beat the Trojans 17-0, and that was just in 2 periods. They called the game on a mercy rule after just 2 periods. So if they'd have played the 3rd period, it could have been 25 or so to nothing. But so that's what the Beavers are facing this afternoon. But they can just look at it as a challenge. They've already met their goal, which is to get past the first weekend of the state district tournament. So anything more is gravy, and we'll just see how they can stand up to the Liberty Patriots this afternoon. And if the Beavers should be able to knock off Liberty, I don't know what that would happen from there. I don't have any idea. I mean, they would obviously jump to the top of the bracket in the district. I don't know if they would.
In our tournament.
Yeah, in the district, yeah. So I don't know. That's uncharted territory for Beaver Creek hockey. And that's why Coach Gutterman was hoping, in talking to him last weekend, he was hoping that they would break the districts up into sub-districts or different districts to give some of the smaller schools or some of the schools down here a chance to try to win a district without being in the kind of like in college where you have Division 1, 2, and 3 in college football and basketball. He would kind of like to see that type of arrangement for high school hockey. Because right now, I mean, this game this afternoon, it's kind of like Division 3 going against Division 1, really. I mean, when you look at it. Yeah.
Definitely.
And so that's why.
See, those are the different regions of the state tournament.
Okay. So it's a 4-district state tournament. Beavers are in the Columbus district. Jay Haney says, "We believe." Okay, Jay, we're with you. Hopefully the Beavers can knock off those Patriots this afternoon. But they've got to finish off the Clay Eagles first. This game far from over. Just 3-1. As the teams are back on the ice now for the 3rd period. So Hanson, goal number 37 of the year. Alex Elsner, goal number 63, a school record. Joey Donahue, number 35. I thought the referees were going to put on a little figure skating exhibition there for a moment. Maybe a tandem, do some They were skating down together. I thought I'd start doing some pirouettes. Okay, folks. Bethany Manley says, finish off the Eagles Creek so you can head to Columbus. I hope so, Bethany.
I did not hear back about the penalties, but my guess is that they're just offset.
Okay.
They're not,
They didn't put them up there, yeah. So.
Oh, yes, they are both 2 minutes.
Okay.
That just got worked out.
So there are 2-minute offsetting penalties now for the two teams, so we're still at 5-on-5. Aren't we? Or do the Eagles? Yeah, they've got 5 guys out there. Yeah, 5-on-5. Here's Riley Hansen from the face-off to start the period, and he drills a wrist shot right in on the Eagle net, and Cowell makes the stop. Cowell, Cowell. From the draw, puck chipped ahead. Back to get it. Playing center field for the Beavers is Cox. Pass back for Hansen. Riley Hansen across center. Into the Eagle zone. Hansen in the corner. Dropping it back to Donahue. Return pass intercepted and cleared away. Back is Cox, but it's icing on the Eagles. Face off down yonder in the Eagle zone. From the draw, the puck rimmed around to the right side. Owen Huff trying to pick it up. He couldn't control it. Carson Cox will whack it down toward the Eagle net. And Cowell turns it aside. Here's Austin Drawn. He's poke checked away by Brady Cook. And they're just playing hot potato right now with it. Here is Luke Tiggemeyer. Puck shot down into the Beaver zone. DeYoung will set it up for Carson Cox. Ian Champagne started the game. Now a giveaway in their own zone, and a pass was intended for Luke Tiggemeyer, but he thought his teammate was going to shoot the puck, so he wasn't looking for a pass, and it got broken up. They had a real chance on the doorstep there a moment ago. Here's Donahue's shot, and it's a blocker pad save for Cowell. The next goal in this game is going to be a big one for either team. A goal by the Beavers might just put it away, and a goal by the Eagles would put them right back in the game. There is young Mr. Van Herset. He is broken up the other way. Hansen a shot, and that's wide. I don't know if Cowell got a piece of that or not. Here's the Diesel. Donahue moving in, and his shot, a wrister, and it comes in on Braden Cowell, and he makes the stop. Got a message from Tony Cowell. Hello, Tony. I assume from your last name that you're from the Clay side of the world. Tony says, does division mean anything on who they play? Because Toledo, St. Francis, and Northview have won many Division I championships, and they are in a division. Well, I would assume that the Toledo, here's a pass that was intended for Tiggemeyer. That broken up. Hold on, Tony. We'll get back to you here in a stoppage of play. Loose puck down in the Clay zone at the other end. Centering pass for Lehman gets broken up by Drew Schroeder. 3-1, Beavers in the white sweaters, leading it with 11.5 to play in the third. Loose puck held in by Lehman at the right point. His shot is wide. Puck held by the Eagles behind their own net. Pass at center. Dumped in behind the Beaver net. Set up by DeYoung for Lehman. Lehman is ambushed by 2 Eagles. Minnick steals the puck, but Lehman steals it right back. And then Lehman checked into the boards. Loose puck the other way. There's a shot that's wide by Graham. Back come the Eagles, coming right at us. There's a wind up, and trying to shoot was Brady Cook, but lost the puck before he could pull the trigger. Puck banged behind the Beaver net, picked up by the Secretary of Defense, Carson Cox. He bangs it off the wall down the ice, and that's an icing on the Beavers. So Tony Cowell had a question. Does division mean anything on who they play? Well, yeah, they have to play within their own division, I would assume.
But is she talking about this tournament or the state tournament?
I would assume state, because there's no divisions in this pod tournament. Toledo, St. Francis, and Northview, they would be in a different division. They would not be in the Columbus division. Or they're calling regions. Okay. Here is Hansen trying to work down at the other end. I was saying that the Beaver Creek coach, here's a shot just wide of the Beaver net. Delayed penalty. It's going to be on Van Herset as he ran into the Beaver goalie DeYoung, and I think he's going to go to the box. But I was saying the Beaver Creek coach was trying to see if he could get the state to break up the schools into different kind of subdivisions, kind of similar to Division 1, 2, and 3 in college sports. Because right now the smaller schools, especially in the southern part of the state, just can't compete with the big schools in Columbus and Cleveland, and it's always been that way. And so he was hoping that they could break things up. Here's Tony. Again, good job on the names. Thanks. You've gotten them all correct. Well, thanks, Tony. I hope we're getting young Mr. Tiggemeyer correct. So 2 penalties now on Clay. It's Van Herset and Dakota Martin. Dakota Martin in the box for the second time today. Here's a shot, and they score! Power play goal on a 5-on-3 power play by the Beavers.
Both of those goals were interference.
So both of the penalties were on interference as Alex Elsner puts in his second goal of the game, and for the A-Train, it's goal number 64 of the season. All right, check that. Yeah, 64. Goal number 64 of the season for Elsner. Tony Cowell says, okay, thanks. And Clay's in the same conference as them, but there is a red and white division. Okay, thanks, Tony. Appreciate hearing from you. Aaron Washburn says, go Creek, watching while she cuts hair at work. Clients cheering the Beavers on. Thanks, Aaron. Mahala Charles says, go Beavers. Thanks, Mahala. Nice to hear from you today. Thanks, everybody, for getting with us on the chat. We enjoy speaking to everybody.
That goal was 15 from 20 and 22.
So the last goal was Elsner from Cox and Donahue. That takes one of the penalties off the board. There's still one penalty left, as that goal was scored 5-on-3. And so that the goal doesn't wipe out both penalties, it wipes out one of them. So there's still a half a minute left in the second penalty to Dakota Martin. Tony Cowell says, I got you, that would make sense to break them up. It would, and that's the purpose of this tournament, Tony, is the Beaver Creek coach, Coach Gutterman, who is a retired brigadier general in the Air Force. He knows how to get things going. He helped to set this tournament up, and the reason for this tournament is for teams that they always get beaten badly in the state tournament against the bigger schools. And so Coach Gutterman and some other folks put this tournament together. And the mission statement of the tournament is that the players, especially the seniors in these teams, can have a positive experience in a competitive tournament to end their season, and for the seniors to end their high school careers. Because all these teams they look forward to is to get absolutely hammered in the state tournament, like we saw the Troy Trojans get last weekend. I mean, Troy made it to, for Tony and any other Clay folks that are watching or listening, the Troy Trojans, they are in the same league as the Beaver Creek Beavers, and Troy made it to the conference championship game against Beaver Creek. The Beavers won 10-2, but still Troy made it to their conference championship, but in the state districts they got just absolutely wiped out by Olentangy Liberty 17-0, like I mentioned earlier, and they called that game after 2 periods. So that's the disparity in some of the big power schools that are particularly are centered in Columbus and Cleveland. And I don't know, there might be some Toledo teams that are real good as well up there. So, and that's why they wanted to break them up. But Coach Gutterman said that they faced a lot of resistance to doing so. The big teams, it's like the Yankees and Red Sox don't want there to be a salary cap because they can outspend everybody. Yeah, so that's what they're facing. They're facing lobbying from the big schools that like things the way they are. There's a blast and a stick save by DeYoung. Big shot off the stick of Brady Cook of Clay. Alex in the box?
Yeah.
What happened to my thing? There we go. Opa Elsner says, hard to stop the A train. That's right, Opa. Tony Cowell says, Creek came up here to Toledo and played Clay early in the season. Creek won 5-2. Thanks, Tony. That was a preseason game, Cherie says. But, yeah, thanks, Tony. And that's good now. See, I wasn't up there. I didn't go up to Toledo for that game. But Cherie said it was a preseason game. But, yeah, that's thanks, Tony. So these two teams have a history then. And it was played pretty much close to this one, 5-2, and this is 4-1. Just under 6 minutes to play. Now, Tony Cowell, if you're still watching, is Clay in a conference? Because my hockey rankings said they were independent. Are they in a conference?
It'll take 20 seconds.
AC says Art Cowell is Braden's Grandpa, thanks a lot, Art. Like the commentary. Thank you very much. Just a sophomore, very young team. Go Eagles. Thank you, Art. Well, that's good to know. So the Eagles, for a young team, they're acquitting themselves very well. We look forward to seeing them again next year. Now, as opposed to the Eagles, the Beavers are a veteran team. They've got, 6 seniors? Is that right? Including 2 out of their 3 leading scorers. So the Beavers are going to go through a little bit of growing pains. Their leading scorer will be back next year as a senior, but 2 of their 3 leading scorers will be graduating. Now the Beavers will have their goaltenders, which will help them out, Champagne and DeYoung. Here's a shot by Newroth, and he scores! The chaser! Puck kicked over to him. He was in the left side of the slot area in front of the net. And Chase Newroth pounds one in. And the Beavers lead it 5-1. That's a big goal for Chase Newroth. What is Chase, a sophomore or freshman? Freshman, wow. Chase Newroth, that's his 3rd goal of the season. The puck kicked over to him. He had his stick down. He was ready for it. How about that? That's great to see for young Mr. Newroth. And that's a big goal for the Beavers to make it 5-1. Tony Cowell says, this tournament makes sense and a great tournament for that reason. Thanks, Tony. It is. It's a great way for these schools to finish up the season. Four and a half to go. Here is Xander Kurt. Kurt back the other way. Long shot from center, and that's punched into the corner by goalie Chad DeYoung with his big blocker pad.
That goal was 21 from 6 and 15.
So Newroth the goal, and assisted by Lehman and Elsner. Here is Ethan Van Herset. He's tied up along the boards by Austin Drawn. Three and a half to play. Beavers are going to move on to should be a championship game in this tournament tomorrow afternoon. Because, again, they are already credited with a win this afternoon over Columbus St. Francis de Sales by winning over them last weekend in the state tournament 5-3. Because the Beavers have to go up to Columbus for another state tournament game, the pod tournament has allowed them to credit that game to this tournament. So the Beavers will have 2 wins today in this tournament to go along with the win last night. Here's a screenshot by Van Herset that's blocked away from the traffic in front of the Beaver net. Puck is iced the other way. Clock stopped, 2:41 left. Opa Elsner says, congrats to the Chaser. Danae John says, what time is tonight's game? 5:45. It's 5:45 this afternoon, right? Yeah. Okay. 5:45 Eastern. I have to stress Eastern because we have folks all the way out on the West Coast that some watch us out in Washington State.
Alaska's not even on.
Alaska. Oh, that's right. We have Alaska. That's right. We got Chad. Chad up there on the last frontier. Chad, and Chad, I don't, is Chad watching today? Chad came, and it was so great to visit with him and Winona at Christmas time. But this is in late December. Chad, visiting from Alaska, was here in shorts.
Oh, during that freeze.
Yeah.
It was so cold.
He came and visited, came and watched one of the Beaver games, and he was in those shorts, like those long shorts. That shows what somebody from Alaska thinks about an Ohio winter. It's like, whatever. Oh, you got 6 inches of snow. That's a dusting. Oh, really? Up there? But it's cold up there. Isn't it cold? Yeah. Under 2 minutes to play now. Pete Compton says, "Go Creek." Yeah, but Danae, 5:45. There's a shot, and it's wide of the mark by Grady Minnick. Minnick's played a good game today for Clay. He's a very fast skater, and he's been a pesky player for these Eagles. Here's Riley Hansen, one of those seniors we're talking about, and he just moves down the other end of the rink. And I thought he put it in, but Cowell keeps it out. 1:10 to go. There's a shot, and it's high and wide of the Beaver net. And going flying after taking that shot was Xander Kurt. He's back on his feet. Centering pass for Kurt right in front. He's tied up by Hansen. He and DeYoung and Kurt go down, and now Hansen trying to shove Kurt off of him. DeYoung was down on his back. He's all right. He's back on his feet. Just 50 seconds to play. Tony Cowell says NHC conference they're in. Okay, what is that? What is that? NHC? What is that, Lance or Lancelot?
I don't know, but I'll look it up in a second.
Okay, we'll find out. Thanks, Tony, for letting us know. NHC. We'll find out what that is. Shot on net. DeYoung the save. Northwest Hockey Conference. Okay. Thanks, Tony. I'm glad to see it. So, my hockey rankings, they had Clay as independent, and I just wondered about that. And I thought, are they really unaffiliated? And I didn't think that sounded right. So I'm glad, Tony, you were able to let us know. It's Northwest Hockey Conference. Okay. Carson Cox takes the puck away from Braylon Snyder. Here comes the Secretary of Defense. Rink wide pass to Donahue, gets past him, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds the end of the third period. The final score this morning, the Beaver Creek Battling Beavers 5 and the Clay High School Eagles 1. The Beavers now move on again with the credited win this afternoon. They're 3-0 in this tournament, so I'm sure they will be moving into... It's by period, so that's why I say I believe they should move on to the championship game, but it's not official yet because the tournament scoring is by how many periods you win. But
And then we won the other two.
they tied 1 period today and won 2 periods.
So
And then last night,
we have 4.5 points, and they have a half.
and last night, the Beavers won 2 periods and lost one.
We tied last night.
Last night they lost the second period 3-2.
Yeah, we got 4 points, and Lake got 1.
Yeah. Well, Lake, got 1 point for winning the second period. The Beavers won the first and third. And the DeSales game from last weekend, the Beavers won all 3 periods.
We must have split one. We split one.
Oh, split one. I beg your pardon. You're correct. They tied the second.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've won 2 periods in all 3 games, right? So that's 6 periods, and then they tied 3 others. or 2 others, and lost 1.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I can't imagine anybody else doing any better.
So we've got Springboro had 5 points from their first game.
Springboro, okay.
Oh wait, I had it here. Springboro had 5 points, and Worthington Kilbourne had 5 points from their first game.
Okay.
They still need to play. So we have right now a total of 4, 8.5, 13 points because we've already played
Yeah.
our afternoon game.
Okay. Well, that's why I say it looks favorable. The Beavers should be in the championship tomorrow, but it's not set yet, since there's games to play. But it looks awfully good at this point. We heard from Bethany Manley, says, way to go, Creek. Good luck in Columbus tonight. Mahala Charles says, great job, Creek. Hope Zarang says, congrats, Creek. Good luck tonight in Columbus. Thank you very much. Let's wrap things up with a 3 stars and a hard hat. I'm going to give the number 3 star of the game to young Mr. Ethan Van Herset of the Clay Eagles. He scored their only goal, and he was a great presence all through the game. So Ethan Van Herset is our number 3 star of the game. The number 2 star, we will give that to Joey Donahue, the big rig. He scored a goal, and he had 2 other assists. So he was in on 3 of the Beaver goals, and the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals and 2 assists, so 4 points in the game. Alex Elsner, the A-Train, gets the number 1 star of the game. Hard hat, I'm going to give that to Chase Newroth. Chase Newroth, he played a good game. He scored a goal, and so we'll give him the hard hat. Heard from Tony Cowell. Good game. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate very much you and AC getting in touch with us from the Clay side of the world this afternoon. Great game. Good luck to the Eagles. You say they're a young team, so we look for big things from the Clay Eagles next season. We hope to see you then next year. But thanks again for contacting us. It's nice to correspond with you and AC today from the Clay side of the world. So, okay, folks, we're going to wrap things up. Thanks to everybody else that got in touch with us on our chat this afternoon. Always fun to correspond with everybody. As the Beavers move on, we will find out. We might, I don't know if we'll have an update for you this.
Facebook, we'll put it on Facebook.
I'm told by Sir Lancelot that we'll put it on the Facebook page. What is the Facebook page? Just Beaver Creek? Beaver Creek Varsity Hockey. Beaver Creek Varsity Hockey Facebook page. When we find out what the plans are for tomorrow, what game they'll be playing, we'll let you know. Hopefully it's the championship game. If it is, it'll be at 2:20 approximately tomorrow afternoon. Is that right? 2:20. But, again, we'll find out what happens when we'll let you know. So we're off to Columbus. We'll see everybody on this same YouTube channel at approximately 5:45 Eastern Time this afternoon as the Beavers, with their work cut out for them, facing the second-ranked team in the state, the Olentangy Liberty Patriots. And so we'll see how they bear up this afternoon against that team. So look forward to seeing you then. Until then, for videographer Sir Lancelot, and that's Lance Champagne, for Cherie Champagne, our producer, I'm Kent Jacobs. Again, the final score in Pod Round 2 this afternoon. It's the Beaver Creek Beavers 5 and the Clay High School Eagles 1. Until later this afternoon, good afternoon, everyone, from the Chiller in Springfield.